Or he takes a while.
Still getting him back. Like, I'm so smart. Yeah. Oh yeah. Still telling him. He's approaching
That age.
toddler age. I'm like, I'm anything. I'm unstoppable. You can't stop me.
Oh yeah.
Only I don't say no. Okay, that's even more of a point to say that. But some of them aren't installed because there's something else that needs to be done. And we're still working to address it.
I'm streaming live. Okay, just let me know. Streaming live.
Okay.
No welcome.
Yes, she's right here. Abby.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Councilman Martinez?
He's supposed to be here.
Okay. Well, we may be joined by Councilman Martinez. We may not. But I know that it's important that we start for our friends who are streaming. So thank you for being here this morning in the Ohio building. And the reason we're here is because this is where our some of our offices are for the Department of Public Utilities, and it's a great place to talk about where we are on our AMI project. AMI, of course, stands for Advanced Metering Infrastructure. This is something that we undertook in 2021. So this has been every bit of a 3-year project, and in terms of progress, we are approaching the final installations. About 87%. We've converted about 87% of our meters, and that is over 109,000 of them, specifically 109,277 meters. That's 87% of the total. You remember that when we did this, we felt it was important to emphasize that of all the services that the City of Toledo provides to its citizens, police service, recreational programs, parks, snow removal, whatever it is, we couldn't think of any other program that directly touched every property owner in our city, every single one. Not everyone needs police protection, thank goodness. Not everyone, lives in a home where leaves fall and have to be collected. Every property in our community has a meter, and as a result, our attempt to convert this infrastructure citywide was, kind of a unique opportunity to interact with every citizen of our community in a pretty special way, and we are excited for what we have been able to do. Again, the benefits of this project are many. The financial benefits to customers for improving their billing accuracy, cost of lost water now is no longer part of our water rate calculations. That means lower rates for everyone. This, in combination with our new customer portal, residents will have access to real-time water use data so they can better manage their consumption. They're notified of leaks. There are no surprises on their bills anymore. So in other words, this is moving certainly a 20th century, if not a 19th century distribution and payment model into the 21st century. And so we felt that today would be an opportunity to provide an update, and that's kind of the view from 20,000 feet. I'd like to turn it over to Doug Stevens, the Director of the Department of Public Utilities, whose offices are in this building, and hopefully he's standing behind me, and he is, to kind of put a little meat on the bones that I just outlined. So, Doug.
Thank you, Mayor. So first, I just want to say thanks to the Mayor, the administration, City Council. 4 years ago, this took a very big center stage. It was a very difficult decision to make, whether or not to proceed with this project, and it took a lot of hard work on their part and effort to understand it and allow us to go forward. We started this project out a little naive, perhaps, on some of the difficulties, and then COVID hit immediately. We had to fight through COVID. We had to fight through the fact we didn't own the large meters and had to get possession of those. And work with property owners. We had to deal with challenges that came from issues with supply chain. And then, every home we had to get into, essentially. So that was working with residents to find times that our contractor, JCI, could get their people in to do this work. And so we had a significant number of challenges that took place over this time that made it harder than just any simple build out. Many cities have meter pits where the pits are outside and a pit outside, and you don't have to go in the home. We could have done it much easier, but we aren't constructed that way. So it was really a great job by this team. Both JCI, its subcontractors, DLZ, who has done the project management for us, and so forth. Our own internal people that had to do a tremendous amount of work on top of their regular jobs to make this happen. So I want to thank them. I just want to point out, which is, I think, an amazing stat, that we had a complaint rate through Engage Toledo of 0.6%. So on 116,000 locations where you're reaching out to people, a 0.6% complaint rate is great. We've actually increased the billing, the billed revenue to the city, or the billed consumption, by 13%. And that's because of meter accuracy. And again, as the mayor said, that prevents us from having to raise rates higher to make up for lost water. So you truly only get charged for what you use. Back in 2019, 15% or a little more of our bills were estimated. Right now, 98% of our bills are actually being read. We're only estimating around 2% of our bills. So, that's a fantastic improvement for our customers. Again, I want to talk about, we started this project, a billing upgrade system for a 15, 16-year-old billing system, and no customer portal to speak of. That was part of the Johnson Controls project here we did with AMI up front. They had the resources to help us identify and go through a very long process of vetting companies to be able to come up with the right software solutions for us. And right now we have a 13% adoption rate on our customer portal, which is really high. Coming out of the gate for less than a month, we're really going to encourage people to use the portal and continue to be able to access their bills and be able to do things the mayor talked about to track for leaks and so forth, and again give them control over their water use. With that, I will turn it over to Maureen Blaze. She's Vice President General Manager of Performance Infrastructure at Johnson Controls.
Thank you, Director Stevens and Mayor. On behalf of Johnson Controls, we could not be more thrilled to be here. We are very grateful for the trust that the City of Toledo granted us in helping them modernize their water utility system, and we're very, very pleased with the initial results of the program that Director Stevens just shared. We'd be very remiss if we did not really thank our partners who helped us make this project successful. First, the city's public utility team, right, for their collaboration and support. The local 50 plumbing and pipe fitters union for the quality installation and the respect of all the properties that you heard Director Stevens speak to, of getting in every single resident's home. DLZ for their partnership in coordinating with all the city's agencies. Our very own Johnson Controls project team, whose leadership and the ability to juggle and manage millions of delicate details, effectively problem-solve challenges that led us to be standing here before you today at the final completion of this project. To Director Stevens, right, for your leadership, vision, courage to make this day possible, and obviously all the stakeholders that were involved in your support, especially the mayor, the city council, the entire community that embraced this project and set the vision for the continued journey of creating a smart, sustainable future for this city and the surrounding communities. So thank you very much. Time to ask some questions? Or back to you, Mayor. Thank you.
I feel like we should, apparently he's not speaking.
He is not, but I did, that was my remiss. Okay. I would like to introduce Brad Eastat. He's our regional general manager who's been responsible for this project for the last 3 years. Obviously, without his leadership and the leadership of this team, we would not be where we are today. So thank you, Mayor, for pointing that out.
No, I just wanted to recognize his intimidating presence standing over. We like having him around because he looks like a Secret Service agent. But he's part of the team that has, really done something significant here. I don't know if this is the case any longer, but I think when this began, was Toledo, if not the only city in the country that Johnson Controls had, or maybe that we were the largest city. I mean, this is the biggest. Johnson Controls is a pretty significant company, as you know, and for this conversion to be the largest one they ever undertook shows that Toledo is really at the forefront of providing this service to its citizens. And I guess as we wrap up to some extent this news conference, I think there's a lot of things that go into governing. And not all of them are flashy, perhaps. We just, about a month ago, had our bond rating increased for the first time in 14 years. That's not flashy. Maybe no one even knows that it happened. Maybe fewer people even understand why that benefits the citizens of Toledo, but it is hard to do. It's an indication of wise financial management, and it saves the taxpayers millions of dollars. there are so many examples of things like that in this that would have been, could have escaped the attention of the citizens because maybe it's not a headline grabber in the way that some of our public safety efforts are. But this is good government. This is efficiency. This is something that, probably could have been, this can could have been kicked down the road. Heck, there aren't too many other cities in the entire nation who have undertaken this. We are among the first, and I think still the largest. This is providing, cutting-edge, modern services to our citizens in a way that not only improves the delivery of service, but saves our citizens money. This is what good government should look like. And I don't know, I suppose as mayor, I don't want to forget to mention that some of these things, which often maybe slide under the radar screen of public attention, are really important to, having a city that works, that is governed well, where the citizens can prosper and succeed. And that's what this is. So this was a big undertaking. 116,000 properties, and we've gotten to 109,000 of them. We're not here to say that we're done with the project, but we're basically done with it. Those remaining handful are, might take a little longer. There's some, legal issues and complications that could linger for some time. So we kind of felt that this was the moment where we really could talk about the completion of this program, even though there's a few stragglers out there that we'll need to bring on board over time. But essentially, for all intents and purposes, we've accomplished something pretty significant here, and something that most other cities in this country not only haven't done, haven't even undertaken, haven't even begun the process of doing this, because it's hard. It's hard to do this, but it's worthwhile. And so I want to thank Doug and his team, and Maureen and her team, Secret Service and its team, see, he doesn't even smile. See that? He just is. That's as big a smile as you're going to get from him. So anyhow, I don't know if there's any questions, or we should just do one-on-ones. We really just wanted to provide an update to the community and talk about something, pretty impressive that the citizens of Toledo can now benefit from.
How's this going to save the residents? The accuracy in billing, the accuracy in how much water is used, right?
Yep, so it can save in several ways. So the billing accuracy, obviously if we're only billing, if we're only billing for 95% of the water that has been used, we still have to pay to get it out of the lake, clean it, and ship it to the houses. So it costs everybody in rate increases when we have water loss. So part of this is reducing the water loss in our system, and that helps us from increasing rates higher later. The other thing is, and this is where I will stress our customer portal that spun out of this project. That customer portal lets you go in and monitor use. If you look at your data and you see something's running at 2 in the morning and nobody's awake, you have a leak in your home. And leaks, toilet leaks or sink drips really do cost the consumers, our customers, a lot of money over the course of time. And so it gives you more control. Those are things that can really help keep costs down for our customers.
So you can monitor your water use or non-use on the portal?
Absolutely. Yep. And you can go to the website. If you have trouble, you can call us and we can help you get set up. But, we obviously want people to get set up on that. I would love 100% adoption rate. I think it would help our customers quite a bit. Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can also say that a 0.6% complaint rate is pretty remarkable, and amazingly, they're all on Facebook. Anyhow, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
I just.
Here real quick. Yeah, see, it shows like my next meeting.